Hey everyone, Intel's stock price is finally gaining some momentum and it's up over 13% since July 1st. Of course, I'm happy with that development as I've had Intel stock rated as a buy in 2024 all year long, and it's been one of my worst performing recommendations of the year. So I'm happy to finally see the stock price gaining some momentum. I'm going to dig a little deeper in this video here and answer why the stock price is gaining the momentum it's gaining. It's on the back of recent announcements the company made about technological innovations, and I'll update my recommendation on Intel stock. So I'll discuss why the stock price is up, and then at the end of the video, I'll let you know if I think the stock is still a buy or if it's time to take profits and get out of this underperforming investment. So let's take a look at the recent developments. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So Intel demonstrated its first fully integrated Optical IO chiplet, and they announced this on June 26th. And it's no coincidence that the stock price gained momentum since this announcement. Intel has been blamed for falling behind the technological innovations because it underinvested in the company's capabilities. Now, with this advancement, it's finally demonstrating that it's catching up. It's been way behind, and so this is a good sign for Intel stock investors. Let's take a look at what this actually does. So this development enables co-packaged optical input-output in emerging AI infrastructure for data centers and high-performance computing applications. And if you didn't already know, AI data centers have been increasing substantially. Companies like Apple, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, etc., the hyperscalers, have been spending billions and billions of dollars over the last few years and suggesting and forecasting that they will continue and increase spending on AI data centers. So the AI data center category is in substantial growth mode. And so Intel providing products into this industry is really, really good for Intel stock investors. It has the potential to really boost revenue and profitability for the company. They go on to say the ever-increasing movement of data from server to server is straining the capabilities of today's data center infrastructure, and current solutions are rapidly approaching the practical limits. Intel's achievement empowers customers to seamlessly integrate co-packaged silicon photonics. It boosts bandwidth and reduces power consumption and increases reach. And the area that I've heard a lot of discussion about and a lot of interest and time spent is reducing power consumption. Power consumption has been a big constraint for these AI data centers. Sometimes the AI data center can't even get approval to get built because there isn't sufficient power to support that AI data center. So by reducing the power consumption, it's not just a matter of reducing cost. It's also a matter of getting approval to build that AI data center. If you can't prove to the local authority that you're not going to be a big strain on the local power system, that you can't generate sufficient power, or the usage of power from your data center is going to be too much for their grid, then you might not get approval to even build that data center. And so reducing power consumption really is more than just reducing cost. It does reduce cost, and that's a big part of it. These AI data centers are heavy in compute. They require significant computing power, and it's costly to operate these facilities. And so if you can reduce the power consumption, then you're making it a little bit less costly to operate. And on top of that, you're getting the benefit of getting approval to build these data centers, these AI data centers, which are such a competitively needed area for many of these big hyperscalers. So they go into a little more detail on what it actually does, and they say it enables future scalability of CPUs and GPU, cluster connectivity, and novel compute architectures, including coherent memory expansion and resource disaggregation. So it enables companies to cluster these CPUs and GPUs. And of course, NVIDIA, the most popular GPU company, is absolutely thriving as a result of this AI data center boom. And so now you can connect a larger amount of these NVIDIA GPUs and build a more powerful data center. And then they discuss why it matters. So they say a co-packaged XPU Optical IO solution can support higher bandwidths with improved power efficiency, low latency, and longer reach, which is exactly what the artificial intelligence and machine learning infrastructure scaling requires. So it's going to enable bigger AI data centers, more powerful AI data centers. So instead of a company needing to build, let's say, 4 different AI data centers, they can build 2 much larger ones, potentially. Now, I'm not saying that's what specifically it will enable, but potentially they can build 2 bigger ones instead of building 4 smaller ones, which lowers the cost because you don't have to go through the whole construction process, the approval process, the requirements, and making sure you can get power from the grid, etc., etc. So this is exactly what the AI and machine learning infrastructure needs. They need the ability for larger scale because currently the return on investment seemingly is so worthwhile that these companies are jumping ahead of themselves, jumping over themselves to build these AI data centers. That's how much they feel like it's such a great deal that they're just buying everything that they can potentially buy. NVIDIA's GPUs are selling out, and the products that go into these AI data centers are selling out because these hyperscalers are just jumping over themselves trying to build as quickly as possible these AI data centers. So Intel stock price, you'll notice here the chart going back 1 month, it was relatively flat here. And then on the back of these developments, you can see the momentum gaining. And really after July 1st, the stock price jumping up 13.47% in the last month. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if I look at a year-to-date chart, it's down 30%. So I've had NVIDIA stock rated as a buy all year, and that's why I highlighted it's one of my worst performing stocks that I've recommended this year. Still, if you look at its valuation, it's still not expensive even after this increase. It's trading at a forward price to earnings of 17.65 on the lower end of where this stock has traded for going back several years. And the cheaper valuation reflects investor pessimism or investor skepticism surrounding Intel's ability to catch up in this AI race. Intel's investing billions of dollars in its fabrication facilities, investing billions of dollars in latest technologies. It's one of the first investors in ASML's latest technology, but investors are saying, maybe it's too little too late. We've been so disappointed from your advancements, your loss of market share, you're falling behind that we don't think you can catch up. And so the stock is trading. It's reflecting that investor pessimism. So I had an Intel stock rated as a buy all year. I last updated that on June 4th, and I'll update that again today. And I'll say I still think the stock is a buy. I like the lower valuation. I like the investments the company is making in the categories it's investing. And I like that it's getting supported by billions of dollars of government grants. So all of that included is making me a little bit more optimistic than most on Intel stock. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.